I've been begging at your door like I never did before, offering my heart again, hoping you might let me in. But your eyes are cold and hard, like a stranger standing guard. I'm trying to get blood from a stone, trying to get love from a heart that's grown cold as a bone. I keep on bleeding, keep on trying, keep on hurting, keep on crying. You said we'd always find our way back home, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm getting blood from a stone. I wrote your letters, called your name, played every angle of the game, but you're a statue in the rain, untouched by all my hurt and pain. I wear my bruises like a price for loving someone with empty eyes. I'm trying to get blood from a stone, trying to get love from a heart that's grown cold as a bone. I keep on bleeding, keep on trying, keep on hurting, keep on crying. You said we'd always find our way back home, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm getting blood from a stone. Blood from a stone. I'm done. You were my North Star in the darkness, the direction I would go. Every road led back to you, every current, every flow. I never needed maps or signs, I just followed where you led. Now the needle's spinning wildly with the words you love left unsaid. Now I'm lost with a broken compass, wandering through the wilderness. Every path just leads to pain, going round and round again. You promised you would guide me home, said forever, a steady hand, but forever wasn't long enough to understand. Broken compass, love just a broken compass. Chair by the window still holds your shade. A coffee cup sip, a forgotten mistake. The world kept on turning, I guess that's the way. But my clock stopped that September day. I reach for your hand in the half-light of dawn, and remember the moment I knew you were gone. Now the sun's a crimson sunset bleeding into the sea, painting all my regrets in a color I can't flee. You whispered I love you forever as the sky turned dark and blue. But forever wasn't long enough. Now with someone good as you. Our favorite song plays on a passing car's radio, and for half a second I forget you had to go. I look for your face in every Martian crowd, but the silence you left is the only sound. Now the sun's a crimson sunset bleeding into the sea, painting all my regrets in a color I can't flee. You whispered I love you forever as the sky turned dark and blue. But forever wasn't long enough. Now with someone good as you. Forever wasn't long enough. Not with you. I sit alone in a crowded room, smiling wide to hide the gloom. They laugh and talk, they have no clue that I'm slowly dying next to you, or who you've become, or who I've lost, paying the ultimate silent cost. Colors turn fading with holding on so tightly to the framework of us. Fingers bleeding, hearts still hoping that somehow we'd adjust. But the weight has grown too heavy and the rope is wearing thin. I know it's time to finally let the letting go begin. So I'm cutting ties today, my love, releasing you to skies above. Every night I tied with care, severing with this prayer. You promised we would never break, but forever wasn't long enough to take this pain of holding on too long. Cutting ties today. So long. I'll untangle all the memories from the fibers of my soul. Every thread of you inside me, every piece I can't control. So I'm cutting ties today, my love, releasing you to skies above. Every knot I tied with care, severing with this prayer. You promised we would never break, but forever wasn't long enough to take this pain of holding on too long. Cutting ties today. So it hurts to cut what once was whole, to free the captive of my soul. But holding on is hurting more than walking through this open door. Cutting glass today, scissors in my hand, letting go of what we planned. You said forever, I thought you'd stay. But forever wasn't long enough. Cutting ties today. Cutting ties today. I'm cutting ties today. I clear the floor and dim the lights, put on the song that held us tight. I close my eyes and feel you near. For just a moment you're here. My hand reaches out to empty it, but in my mind you're still there. I'm dancing with your ghost in my living room, slowly I sit alone beneath the evening sky, watch the stars blink one by one. Somewhere far beyond the darkness, I pretend you're not gone. I used to think love was a fire, burning bright enough to see. Now I'm staring through the shadows at what used to be. You're just a distant light I'm reaching for, a flicker from another shore. I chase the glow with all my might, but you're a distant light. You said forever we would shine, two stars aligned by love's design. But forever wasn't long enough to fight. Now you're just a distant light. Sometimes I feel you almost near me, like a warmth upon my face. Then the moment fades to nothing, leaving empty space. You're just a distant light I'm reaching for, a flicker from another shore. I chase the glow with all my might, but you're a distant light. You said forever we would shine, two stars aligned by love's design. But forever wasn't long enough to fight. Now you're just a distant light. I know I should stop looking up, stop waiting for your sign. But hope's a desperate, foolish thing that still calls you mine. A distant light, I see your face in every star across this place. You promised me eternal bright, but forever wasn't long enough to hold you tight. Just a distant light, a distant light, a distant I sit alone at this same bar stool where we used to sit as two. Now it's just me and a glass half full, trying to forget you. The bartender knows my order, doesn't even ask no more. He just pours and walks away like he's done 100 times before. And I've been drinking you away, one swallow at a time, trying to drown the memory in cheap whiskey and cheap wine. away from my heart. I see your face in every ice cube, hear your voice in every song. The more I drink to forget you, the more I drink, you're still there. It's wrong, and I've been drinking you away, one swallow at a time, trying to drown the memory in cheap whiskey and cheap wine. You promised you'd be here forever, but forever wasn't long enough. Whatever. So I'll sit here in the dark, drinking you away from my but you won't fade. Just another bargain that I made. You said forever, night and day, but forever wasn't long enough. So I'm drinking you away, drinking you, just drinking you away. The rain won't stop, it matches my mood. Staring at the phone, this hollow solitude. Your picture's there, but you're not around. The only thing I hear is my heart's lonely sound, and I'm drowning slow in a silent sea of every word you never said to me. Promised us forever, a future to behold, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm out in the cold, just drowning slow. I trace the lines where your hand used to lie. Goodbye. I close my eyes and I'm back in you. of all we were, we will never be. You promised me forever, a story to be told, but forever wasn't long enough for this heart to hold. I'm just drowning slow. Packed up my suitcase and threw it in the back of a beat-up truck with no turning back. Driving the highway where we used to go, watching the dust trail grow and grow. Every mile sign reads like a page from the past, but the further I go, the longer the shadows cast. This dusty highway goes on for miles, carrying my heartbreak, carrying my smiles. The yellow lines blur like tears in my eyes, chasing a love that's already gone by. You said we ride these roads forever, windows down, hand in hand, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm just a ghost in a foreign land. I passed that old diner where we shared a shake, where you promised me nothing would ever break. The neon sign flickers like the hope in my chest, another reminder I failed the test of holding on tight when the road got rough, of being the one who was strong enough. This dusty highway goes on for miles, carrying my heartbreak, carrying my smiles. The yellow lines blur like tears in my eyes, chasing a love that's already gone by. You said we ride these roads forever, windows down, hand in hand, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm just a ghost in a foreign land. Just a ghost, just a ghost on this dusty highway. You held me close just like always, but something felt so wrong. Your heart was beating next to mine, but it was singing a different song. I felt the life drain out of her with every breath you took. You were holding on to instead of slow like this. A love that ends a goodbye kiss. You never even knew the cost, while part of me was getting lost. Dying in your arms, metaphorically. The only way you were holding me. You said forever, held me tight, but forever wasn't long enough. I died tonight, dying in your arms, just dying in your arms. I still hear laughter in the hallway. See a shadow on the stair. Every corner of this house still holds you, whispering you're everywhere. I close my eyes to feel you near me. Reach out, but there's only space. Your voice is getting softer daily, losing every trace. And the echoes fade, they're growing thin, like smoke that disappears within the hollow where our loved ones stayed. I'm listening, but the echoes fade. You promised me a sound that stays, but forever wasn't long enough to chase the silence that you're leaving made. Now even your echoes fade. I play the songs we used to dance to, hoping you'll come back to life. But the melody just sounds so empty, cut by memory's knife. And the echoes fade, they're growing thin, like smoke that disappears within the hollow where our loved ones stay. I'm listening, but the echoes fade. You promised me a sound that stays, but forever wasn't long enough to chase the silence that you're leaving made. Now even your echoes fade. Was it all just in my mind? A dream I left too far behind. If love was real, why can't I find a single whisper you left behind? The echoes fade, so soft now. I can barely hear your voice. You said forever I'd serenade, but forever wasn't long enough. I'm afraid the echoes fade. The echoes Hey. I walk through rooms that still remember the way you used to be. Every corner holds a whisper, every shadow follows me. I hear it in the morning silence, when the world has not yet stirred. The sound that lives beneath the quiet, a softly spoken word. And I'm haunted by the echoes of your name, calling out from where the love still remains, bouncing off the walls of my broken heart, ripping me apart. You promised I'd forget in time, but forever wasn't long enough, and I'm still hearing in the wind the echoes of your name. I try to drown it out with noise, with laughter and with sound, but your name keeps on returning when there's no one else around. And I'm haunted by the echoes of your name, calling out from where the love still remains, bouncing off the walls of my broken heart, ripping me apart. You promised I'd forget in time, but forever wasn't long enough, and I'm still hearing in the wind rain the echoes of your name. I shouted out into the void, but only silence shouts back. Your name is all I have now, of everything we lack. Echoes of your name, they follow me. A ghost, I'm never free. You said forever again and again, but forever wasn't long enough. Just echoes of your name, echoes of your name, just echoes of your name. The morning light, it finds the space where you used to lie, where I'd see your face. Your coffee cup is still on the sink, but it's cold and empty. It's making me think you're really gone, it's not a dream, just a quiet tearing at the seams. And I'm standing in this empty room, surrounded by a ghostly perfume. The silence here is deafening. Without your voice, without your skin, you said we'd have our whole life long, but forever wasn't long enough. I hear a car that sounds like yours. I run to the window, then knock the doors, 'cause seeing shadows of what used to be is a special kind of misery. I hold your pillow, try to pretend, but this story's reached a broken end. And I'm standing in this empty room, surrounded by a ghostly perfume. The silence here is deafening. Without your voice, without your skin, you said we'd have our whole life long, but forever wasn't long enough. How do you feel the space so hollow? How do you learn to just let go when every corner holds a part of you, and nothing I do gets me through? I'm still here in this empty room, breathing in our old perfume, and the silence is deafening. Without your love, without your skin, you promised me our whole life long, but forever wasn't long enough. I trace the lines upon my palm and wonder if they led to you. This house has never felt so calm, a quiet nothing to go through. Your favorite sweater still holds your shape. I press it close but you can't escape. The mornings are the hardest part, reaching for a hand that's not there, just the echo of a heart dissolving into air. And you're just a fading echo now, the color bleeding from the frame. I don't know how, I don't know way. Grocery list in your handwriting. I took one long and last look at the simple, perfect thing: a carton of milk, some bread and wine. A future that was yours and mine. The nights are just as heavy with the silence you left behind. So steady, it's all that I can find. And you're just a fading echo now, a color bleeding from the frame. I don't know how to whisper out your the sun sink low that night, painting skies in golden light. You held my hand and pulled me near, said you'd always be right here. But colors deepen and they go, like love that burns and fades to snow. Without a trace, I chase the colors where you've been, hoping they'll come back again. But every evening brings the same, the disappearing of your name. I reach for hues that aren't there, just empty light and empty air. Now you're fading like a sunset from my view, leaving nothing but a sky of blue. I watched you disappear so slow, the most beautiful thing I'll never know. You said we glow forever, lighting up the darkest space. But forever was, you know, now you're fading without a trace. Fading like a sunset rays. I keep calling out your name into the empty air, hoping somehow you will hear that I'm still waiting here. Used to feel you close to me, like a gentle tune just right. Now there's nothing but the static, growing louder every night. You're a fading signal in my heart, breaking up and torn apart. I reach for you, but you're not there, just silence and despair. You promised you would never fade, but forever wasn't long enough. I'm afraid now I'm listening to the noise of a fading signal and broken toy. I try to find the frequency that brought your voice so clear, but the interference overtakes every time I get near. You're a fading signal in my heart, breaking up and torn apart. I reach for you, but you're not there, just silence and despair. You promised we would never fade, but forever wasn't long enough. I'm afraid now I'm listening to the noise of a fading signal and broken toy. I climbed the highest tower just to feel your frequency. I'd fight through all the static just to have you next to me. Fading signal getting weak, I can barely hear you speak. You said forever loud and clear, but forever wasn't long enough, you disappeared. I still feel you in the hallway, I still hear you on the stairs. A whisper of your laughter floating through invisible air. I reach out just to touch you, but my hands go right through. I'm living with a memory that I can't hold on to. And I'm haunted by the ghosts of us, walking through these rooms of death. trapped in silent fuss. Every shadow has your face in every corner, every space. You promised me eternity, but forever wasn't long enough for me. I'm haunted by the ghost of us, walking through these rooms of dust. Every shadow has your shape, every silence is a way. You said our love would never die. You promised we would always trust, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm living with the ghost of us. I close my eyes, and there you are, a fleeting light, a distant star. I reach for you with desperate hands, but you slip away like shifting sands. The tighter I hold, the less remains, just emptiness and aching pains. I'm holding on to smoke, trying to keep you near, but smoke was never meant to stay, it disappears. I watch you curl and twist and rise into the gray and empty skies. You said our love would burn forever, a fire never broke, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm holding on to smoke. Your voice still echoes in this room, a whisper fading far too soon. I breathe you in, I hold you tight, then you dissolve into the night. My arms are empty, my lungs are sore from breathing in what's not here anymore. I'm holding on to smoke, trying to keep you near, but smoke was never meant to stay, it disappears. I watch you curl and twist and rise into the gray and empty skies. You said our love would burn forever, a fire never broke, but forever wasn't long enough. Now I'm holding on to smooth, holding on to smooth, just smooth, holding on to smoke. I held the match and watched it burn. Thought the flames would make me learn, but fire only knows how to consume. It turned our love to ash and gloom. The heat is gone, the smoke cleared out, leaving nothing but the doubt. Now there's just ash where our fire used to roar, gray and cold on an empty floor. I sift through remnants of what we had hoping somehow to find you, but it's just ash. You said we'd burn together, bright forever, a flame meant to last, but forever wasn't long enough. Now all that's left is I keep the urn by my bedside light, holding on to nothing every night. The wind could blow you far away, scatter you where the wild dogs play, but I can't let go of what's already gone. So I hold the dust and carry on. Now there's just ash where our fire used to roar, gray and cold on an empty floor. I sift through remnants of what we had hoping somehow to find you, but it's just ash. You said we burn together, bright forever, a flame meant to last, but forever wasn't long enough. Now all that's left is just blow